Well, what are we fixing today? Well, today I have a mess in my garage. We'll call it a garage. It's kind of a workshop. It's in the basement of the cottage. It's a place you haven't seen before if you've been watching my videos, so we're in a new spot. The problem is that, well, let me show you. The problem is that there's a bunch of junk. You walk into the garage, you got a lawnmower, which I've used in videos, and then you got this big pile. Now some of it's a wood pile, and we've been using that, but the things I want to deal with today are 1, 2, 3 ladders. So I looked on Amazon for something to hold them up, and we already had something that's like that. It's upside down the way it sits. That mounts to the ceiling and then it hooks down and then you put stuff in there. And the ceiling is probably, that's as high as I can reach. That's probably 9 feet, so 12-foot ceiling. That's kind of high. So I wanted to go with something else. So we ordered this from Amazon, and it showed up. And when the box showed up, you shake it, and it makes a bunch of noise. And I went, oh, that's going to be crap. That's going to be all busted. This is something called a High Lift Pro. If you get a good look at it, you can't really, I don't think there's good pictures of it in here. 60-pound limit. There's a website if you want to see how they suggest to put it up. I'm not going to look at that first. Basically, this is a rope and pulley system that has a basket here and mounts to the ceiling in some particular way. That's to tie it off. There's some bolts, some more stuff. And these are the ceiling mounts or something. I could turn the video upside down, but kind of goes like this, except what's on the bench is on the ceiling. So we'll flip that around and you kind of get the idea. I plan on mounting it. Yeah, there's a beam, it's a steel beam, and I think the bolts will fit one on each side of this beam. This is the hardware that came with the kit. And what they expect you to do, these are the 2, 3, 4, plus nuts and some washers. These are to go through here and bolt this onto there. Well, we need to bolt this onto the ceiling. So their intention was to use lag screws, and they would go in there, but I'm going into steel. So I think what I need, I probably have here, will this fit in there? Yep. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's go up on the pole, and I want to see if I have to drill. Oh, I got some washers here too. Big old washers. That one's right next to it. And that one's pretty close to it. So even if I can't go at an angle. I can go right like that, there to there. And use bigger washers and kind of hold it, and then use the center one. Hopefully you don't hit the center, but that's all right. There's the center one there. So let's get that going. Here. Yeah. Nicer. Okay. Find a couple tools. So I believe it needs to sit like this, and you can tell round, round, square, square. So this will be mounted right in there. So I think it'll work. Okay, I decided it needs to be about 14 inches from here. And it's 13, so we need to go over a little bit. These things are rated at 60 pounds, so these 2/4 inch bolts will hold 60 pounds easy. They're a little sketchy because of the way they're over the edge, but we should be all set. Okay. These are carried screws. That's why that's square, and that's why this is square. Remember, don't tighten one until the other was tight. I had it a little too snug in the square, and it didn't want to like go in nice. That was in the square. That was in the square. We're just going to give these a cursory snug. Things could vibrate or whatever, but because this is hollow, you could tighten this and smash it and it would just be non-functional. So you put a second nut on here. Well, since it's metric, this goes on not right. I'm just going to leave it like that. There's no way that's going to rattle off. This is a SAE English, and the screw inside there is metric. So this kind of goes on and then jams itself because the threads aren't right. That'll keep that from rattling off. There's no way it'll come off. So there's one. Okay. So here's the two pull ropes. All right, so we have our ladder on the ground. Just a little more on the ground. Okay, here we go. So this is coming from the other side. This is the locking buckle. There. And these are set to be apart to mostly straight up and down. So let's give it a little more pull. We'll be up a little higher here.
bottom one, but I get the top one next time. Still can't go anywhere because of this. So I'll take this, go back.
I'm just going to just hang here. Now let's put a little tension on it, see what happens. This needs to be a little tighter.
I'm just going to tie this back. Make this from slipping and try to get it out of the way. Alright.
It's a heavy pull. I'm going to hold this one and we'll pull that one up a little more. Like so. 6'4", I clean my head there. It's out of the way. It's off the floor. See how stable? I think that's fine. I think that's just fine. Alright, now one more thing. So, one more thing. This is the end of the rope. I want you to tie it somewhere. So I'm going to tie it over here. All right, it's loose, but it works. Bring this over. There we go. How's that for awesome? Got that tied off. Oh, sorry about the bulbs. Let's go over here. Goes up to the pulley. Straps hold that on. The pulley holds that. The lock is engaged up there. There we go. Lock is engaged. That's mostly holding it. The rope is just kind of like a secondary hold in case something gives. One rope goes down and ties to there and ties in, and the other rope goes across. Goes to this one, and then goes down and goes to these straps. So all in all, the ladders are up in the ceiling and off the floor and over my head. That looks low, but it's not. I mean, I can walk under it without a problem. And I'm the tallest one that's ever going to be in here, so that's about 6'6" off the ground there. 6'6". I'm 6'4". Well, that's my video for today. Hope it's helped you out. The link is down below if you want to try to buy one. It's an Amazon thing. Got this one off of the warehouse, so it worked just fine. It was cheaper than the cheapest price that was there. I think it was like 30 instead of like the 36 that's listed at currently. But hey, this thing works fine. Love it. If it helped you out, give me a like. Screwdriver like is great. Subscribe down below. Push the buttons. I do all kinds of things, so lately it's been non-home assistant. Sometimes it's home assistant. A lot of things going on in my life, so those are the things I fix. That's why I'm What Are We Fixing Today? Thanks for watching. Next time, adios. Bye-bye. Climb a ladder.